Hey foodies, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Cooking Depot. Fan favorite contestant and winner of Season 3 Christine has made a special guest appearance on a recent episode of MasterChef, in which she curated a mystery box challenge for the contestants. Ha is an impressive cook not only because she is blind, but also because she has an incredible palate that allows her to prepare delicious dishes. Not all MasterChef participants are as adept in the kitchen. Some of the chefs have produced the worst dishes the judges have ever tasted, and while that didn't necessarily always lead to their elimination, it made them memorable for all the wrong reasons. Dan Wu and Josh Cutter Brewer, Season 5. Seared venison loin with seared Ahi tuna. Dan and Cutter were paired together during an elimination challenge but struggled to communicate. They didn't discuss the dish prior to going to the pantry, and this resulted in them having two separate dish ideas and having to combine them on one dish. The judges were so disgusted by their dish that in his signature move, Gordon Ramsay made the two throw their own dish in the garbage. Ramsay also said this was one of the worst dishes ever on the show, which is a pretty tough pill to swallow for the two competitors. Luckily for them, they survived the pressure test that followed. Whitney Bray, Season 5. Caribbean meatloaf with lemongrass and soy sauce. In an episode in Season 5, contestants were tasked with making a meatloaf dish after Courtney, one of the most popular MasterChef winners, won the Mystery Box Challenge and chose meatloaf as the ingredient. She also got to choose several contestants to save, but left out Whitney. Whitney struggled with this challenge, and after presenting it to the judges, Gordon Ramsay was less than impressed. He said her dinner was a TV dinner turned TV disaster, and then proceeded to apologize to the meatloaf for being part of such a pitiful dish. Yakisha Holston and Ebony Henry, Season 8. Mexican food platter. Yakisha and Ebony were paired up for an elimination challenge in Season 8, and both knew their pairing would prove to be difficult. They both have strong personalities, which resulted in neither one of them listening, and the platter looking less than appetizing when all was said and done. As soon as the two brought their dish up to be judged, they argued about whose fault it was that the dish didn't come together properly. Luckily, they both survived to cook another day, and Ebony even making it to the finals of MasterChef. Slim Huing, Season 1. Passion fruit fondue with lamb, shrimp, and fruit. Slim created a dish that required the use of passion fruit and with the theme of date night. In her interview before being judged on her dish, she said that a lot was riding on her time in the competition and hoped this dish convinced the judges that she deserved to be there. Unfortunately for her, her dish was so disliked by the judges that when Joe stepped up to judge, he took her dish and dumped it in the trash. Slim was the first person ever to elicit this response from Joe, and the pain from this encounter showed on her face. Dan Wu, Season 5. Meatloaf with mushrooms and kimchi. The meatloaf challenge tripped up multiple contestants in Season 5, and Dan Wu was no exception. He attempted to elevate the dish, but Gordon Ramsay was not impressed and said his dish was absolutely disgusting and called it the worst meatloaves I've ever eaten. After such harsh criticism, Dan was understandably upset and said it was absolutely devastating. He had gone up to be judged, fully confident in his dish, only to walk back completely dejected. Mark Raffaele, Season 2. Peppercorn-crusted fillet with garlic mashed potatoes. In an elimination challenge during Season 2, the contestants had to prepare a French-themed dinner. Mark chose to cook a fillet and mashed potatoes and was excited to present his dish. When Joe tasted his mashed potatoes, he questioned the ingredients. After Mark revealed he had put raw flour in the mashed potatoes to thicken them up, the judges were outraged. Not only were his mashed potatoes disappointing, but Joe didn't like that Mark put a béarnaise sauce on top of the fillet. Mark was understandably upset that he had made such a critical error with the flour, but ultimately was sent home because of it. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can, that really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video.